Hey everyone, it's Michael. I hope you're doing well today, and I have a food rant today. I'm a fat guy. Many of you know this. But I have a rant about Dairy Queen. Maybe you know about this, maybe you don't, maybe you can relate to it, maybe you can't. So in my area, there's a bunch of Dairy Queens, right? We're talking like possibly, I want to say like 4 to 5, something like that, because some of them move around locations. Some have been in the same place since I was a kid. And when the weather starts to get a lot warmer, my wife and I decide we want ice cream. And there's some local parlors around here, but like they all kind of sell the same thing from Hershey's companies and stuff. So it's kind of like, I don't know, you got to be in the right mood for that. And even though I like supporting small businesses, it is what it is. But sometimes you just want Dairy Queen ice cream. And it can be an ice cream cone, or it could be mainly their big thing, a blizzard. Now let me ask you something. When you think of Dairy Queen, literally the company with dairy in their fucking name, what do you think about with them? It's probably ice cream, right? Like, I love their burgers, don't get me wrong, and they have good fries, but they don't give you a whole lot for the price they cost. And they have decent chicken strips and stuff, too, if you never had them. But this is the big thing for me. From the name to literally the commercials and, like, the only promotions they ever do, when I see commercials on TV, I don't even think they do commercials for these anymore, but when I used to see them, it was almost always for like the new Blizzard that they were doing, like the cotton candy ones for summertime and spring and whatever, or like isn't it like a minty one for St. Patrick's Day and all that? Anyway, so it's typically ice cream with them. And my wife and I, at multiple locations that we don't visit as often because they're kind of the furthest away, we had noticed for like the last 2 years that when we were in that general area, maybe going to an antique shop or going out looking for some flowers for her, we would stop by one in particular, or two of them actually, that are kind of closer on this other really farther place away. They wouldn't have chocolate ice cream. And they wouldn't say it in a way like, we don't have that anymore. They don't say it like that. They say it as in, like, almost like they just don't have a day of, right? But every other Dairy Queen we ever went to, the other two especially that we really, really go to, those always have it, right? And so we were like, oh, that's cool, I'm glad. I know it sounds weird to phrase it that way, but we kind of just stopped going to the earlier two that I mentioned. Plus the other two are kind of closer to where we live. So anyway, one of them shut down for a little bit, it's back up, and we went to that particular one out of the closer two of our house area. And this particular one, when we've been like 3 times since they've opened up in the last month, they have told us almost every single week that they don't have chocolate ice cream. And again, they don't say it as if like they don't have it at all as an option. They said it as in like they don't have it right now. Now again, I know the last thing I need with how big I am is more ice cream or food or anything like that, but hear me out. When you think of the place that's about fucking ice cream, that's in the name, right? Did you know that a lot of Dairy Queen, like, stores don't sell chocolate ice cream at all? Whether it be a part of the blizzards or whether it be, like, ice cream cones. Did you know this? Because I didn't know that. I've always grown up my entire life, every time I ever went to a Dairy Queen nearby where I lived, they had chocolate ice cream as an option for blizzards or anything. And sometimes, very rarely, maybe 3 times in my entire lifetime up till now, I would ever hear them say they didn't have chocolate ice cream that day. Maybe it broke down, maybe they use a formula or something, I don't know, more than chocolate syrup. Sometimes I've heard that, sometimes I've heard chocolate syrup for Dairy Queen chocolatey things. I don't know what they use. The point is, I very rarely when I was a kid ever heard them say that they didn't have chocolate ice cream as an option. And usually if they didn't, I just said, okay, well, I'm good, and just didn't get anything and left. Now my wife likes the Dairy Queen milkshakes, and I kind of like just, a blizzard or a cone. The chocolate cones are amazing out there, bro. But did you know the majority of them, apparently it's becoming the majority of them from what I've read online, never had chocolate ice cream? Can you believe that? And I found out, like, to have chocolate as a location, it's not a requirement as a Dairy Queen company franchise store. It's not a requirement to have chocolate ice cream. But, like, they can choose that option, but apparently it costs a little bit more. I'm assuming, again, it's some kind of formula bag or something. I know that sounds gross, like we're a bunch of babies or something, but the point is, number one, why would that cost more? I guess because it's some kind of addition for the soft serve or addition for the whatever they're using, whatever kind of ice cream or powder they're using for the blizzards. Whatever that additive is, it costs more, and I don't understand why it would cost more than something like strawberry. I don't know. But I think that's bizarre. But I have a feeling that all of the Dairy Queens are going to drop chocolate ice cream here soon. Matter of fact, I've been reading up on posts from like Reddit and online and stuff recently, and I was even hearing people say, and I've never used the mobile app for Dairy Queen, but I had heard that apparently in the mobile app, and let me know if this is true to you guys or not, because some of these posts may have been like 5 years old or 3 years old, so it may have changed by now. Apparently a lot of those off and on will have an option for chocolate ice cream of any sort, whether it be for a blizzard, a cone, whatever, but it's not consistently there, which I think is wild for a place called Dairy Queen. Like, you are literally the ice cream place of the franchisees, of the different companies out there for fast food. You're the place people go to for ice cream. You probably have a big boom during the summertime because of that. And I hope indie stores and stuff, local stores, ice cream parlors and stuff, I hope that this helps them more, especially here locally. But honest to God, dude, I'd probably rather go to 7-Eleven and get an icy over top of a Dairy Queen Blizzard at this point if I can't have chocolate ice cream. I like their s'mores one. I like the Choco Brownie Extreme. They're not as good with vanilla ice cream. They're just not, because I think the vanilla ice cream from Dairy Queen's super bland. In a cone or Blizzard, it just kind of sucks. So I've thought about it more and more, and I guess I'll go to ice cream parlors, but again, a 7-Eleven Slurpee is cheaper than both options, so why would I even do that at that point? That's like a $5 drink, you know? But I'm cool with it, because it's a big-ass cup compared to what I get at the other two. Less contents, but, you know, it's still a bigger cup, and I still find it more refreshing during the hotter weather when my wife and I are working out in the yard or mowing or something. More so than ice cream is. But it's just kind of a nice treat for me and her to go and get something during the week if we want something cool and nice and cold. But, like, dude, both of us have kind of been like, if Dairy Queen, like, drops chocolate ice cream, we're done. We probably won't go there anymore. Your burgers and food cost too much as it is. The Blizzards and stuff, I think, are at a decent price. Same thing with the cones. But I'm not going to go just for, like, a burger. You know, it's kind of out of the way. To go for that stuff, especially when the food is just kind of solid. It's not like amazing, but it's solid. I think the burgers are pretty great, but like I said, everything else is kind of whatever to me. Yeah, do you guys have this issue where you live? Are your Dairy Queens doing this to you? If they drop chocolate ice cream, period, at all across the board, would you ever bother going back? Like, do you like the strawberry stuff? You know, some of the other variations, which are just vanilla with different ingredients, like the cotton candy Blizzard, they're good. They're not year-round, though. You know? But I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Is that kind of one of your go-to places for ice cream during the hotter weather months, too? I'd love to hear all that down below. Let me know what you guys think. Sometimes, even when she and I go to the beach, by the way, now that I think about it, the Dairy Queens at the beach that we go to has the same problem. No chocolate ice cream there for some reason. And it was like 2 different years in a row that we went, and we just left because they didn't have any chocolate ice cream there. So how common is this? Have any of you ever asked for chocolate ice cream? Because I saw some people say online that they had never even known that was an option to begin with. Apparently it depends on the franchise, like I said, but I would love to know if anyone else has run into this recently, because it's fucking weird, man. Anyway, let me know what you think about it down below. Again, I don't need more ice cream, but it'd be cool to just get a second opinion, if you will. Like we're all a bunch of doctors. Or business aficionados, that's what I meant. Anyway, what do you all think? God bless you guys. What's your favorite fast food restaurant? Put that down below, too. Mine is probably Chick-fil-A. I don't know, I eat a lot of McDonald's, but I really, really love some Chick-fil-A, man. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. Have a good one, and goodbye.